The Artemis I rocket finally launched overnight after several delays.
And the next stop is the moon. If this mission is successful, it'll set the stage for a Coloradan to join other astronauts on the lunar surface. NBC's Chris Ballone has more from the Kennedy Space Center.
2, 1, boosters in ignition.
America is headed back to the moon.
We rise together, back to the moon and beyond.
After 2 scrubbed launch attempts and 2 hurricane delays, the most powerful rocket NASA has ever built, the SLS, lit up the night sky and rattled the ground across Florida's Space Coast as it roared toward the heavens. It's on a 26-day mission, sending the uncrewed Orion capsule to orbit the moon for 2 weeks before returning to Earth and splashing down in the Pacific next month.
We're beyond the one small step. Now we're into the giant leap part of it now.
With Artemis I now in space, the next mission will send astronauts to orbit the moon in about 2 years. Then in 2025 or 26, Americans will land on the lunar surface for the first time since the 70s.
It's a future where NASA will land the first woman and the first person of color on the moon.
During the Apollo program, the moon was the goal. Now with Artemis, it's just the beginning.
This is about putting footsteps into the solar system to be permanent explorers. So not only the moon, but asteroids, Mars, and eventually beyond.
The rocket endured Hurricane Nicole's wrath last week out on the launch pad. High winds blew strips of rubber caulk off the Orion capsule, stoking fears the mission would have to be delayed again. But engineers decided the rocket was safe to fly, setting the stage for this morning's spectacular launch. Chris Ballone, NBC News at the Kennedy Space Center.
That is so cool.
So cool.
Colorado's Jessica Watkins, who just got back from the ISS, is part of the Artemis I mission to eventually go to the moon and beyond, which is really neat that we've been able to follow her along the journey. And it'll be cool when it's actually a manned mission.
She is a NASA superstar, that's for sure.
She is.
And she's going to take the next step, and can't wait to watch that. It's going to be great.
It's so interesting, though, that this thing goes around the moon so many times and does all this stuff, but then it's programmed to land in the Pacific when it launched from the East Coast, and it doesn't have to be shipped back. You could program it to land back where it came from. Maybe not.
I don't know how
I don't know
how that works. Falls down where it falls down.
I guess. All right.